everyone, it's Allie and welcome to my channel, and today I have a good old-fashioned collective thrift haul to share with you guys. So as you can see in the corner of the screen, I do have an IKEA bag full of items to share with you guys, and it's honestly not as much as I would have hoped because this is from 3 different trips. One trip was pretty good. The bulk of this stuff came from one trip. Another one I got, I think, maybe 3 items, and then the third I actually got nothing. So technically this is only from 2 trips. But yeah, I feel like thrifting has not been hitting super great for me lately, especially with finding good brands, and I am not someone who actually goes out and spends a lot of time thrifting. I really only go thrifting probably twice a month for about 2 hours each time, so I really only spend about 4 hours a month thrifting. And then of course I do also supplement my thrifting with getting ThredUp boxes. That's just what works for me and my schedule, and hopefully that shows some of you guys that you definitely can do this little side hustle without putting too much time actually going out and sourcing. But with all that being said, I feel like I actually am quite fortunate most of the time with only being able to thrift a few hours each month and being able to get some pretty good items. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't always hit. It's just so rough when you go like that third time, when you spend the time, you spend a few hours driving, thrifting, and you find nothing. That was the first time though in years I think that has happened to me. But anyway, I won't blab on too much. I haven't filmed for a while. I just kind of needed a break from YouTube, so that's why I'm blabbing on, I guess. But I am trying to focus a little bit more on fall items, even though I'll definitely pick up basically anything any time of year. But the one day that was really going well for me, I was able to find a lot of really cute fall stuff, but the one downside to living in South Carolina is that there are just not a lot of sweaters, at least not a lot out right now. There also is a lot of vintage in this haul, and my vintage has been doing pretty well for me, I think just because people don't have as much money in their pockets. Like if they're gonna pay that $8 shipping, they want to make sure they're getting something either really high quality for a good price or something very unique. So yeah, my vintage has been doing better than it's done in years, and especially on Depop, it's doing really, really well. But this is a really cute, I guess I would call it an open jacket. It doesn't really have that cardigan feel, but there are no buttons or anything to close it. This is from Bonworth. It does look pretty old. It is mostly cotton. It's a cotton and polyester blend, and it's a size medium. But this I think is super fun. Of course, it's very fall looking. I could see somebody just throwing this on over a white t-shirt and pairing that with just some simple jeans in the fall season, just for a little bit of a different look. Another really cool vintage find. This was actually the first thing that I did find. So very brightly colored, more like cruise ship vacation than fall, but it still does have those fall colors. But it has like button details all down the front. There's shoulder pads. There's like this lace-up detail to both sides, and it is a romper. It's a nice high-waisted romper, and there is a pretty good inseam as well. It just says size X, so I guess that's either like a 1X or a 0X. I know every brand kind of does that differently, and it's from Expressions Plus. So with the vintage sizing and everything, I probably will just end up listing this as an extra large. It's not often I find larger sizes in vintage pieces, especially really cool ones like this. This is one that I was actually thinking I might keep for myself, but beige is just really not my color, unfortunately. And also it just doesn't really fit me quite right because this is an American Eagle size extra large, and I'm definitely much more of a large in like jackets and stuff like this. So it does just fit me like a little bit too wide in the armpit area, and yeah, again, beige, just not my color. But I absolutely love to sell corduroy. This is newer tag, American Eagle. It's a size extra large, perfect for the fall season. This would be so cute, I think, with like a patterned or colored turtleneck underneath it. So I think that this will sell pretty quickly. I'm not really expecting much more than like 20, 25 for it, but I'm okay with that. This one's kind of an experiment, but I am still pretty happy with this pickup. I really love to sell these like really cutesy pattern blouses. I feel like They are just really easy for me to store. I just kind of store all my blouses on a long rod, I guess. I'm gonna do an office tour soon, you guys will see what I mean. But these are super easy to store, super easy to list, I feel like. Very easy to pack up and send off. So yeah, I do like to sell a good blouse, and this is from the brand Crown and Ivy, and it is new with tags, size large. And this did originally retail for $50, so if I could get 25 for this, that would be amazing, but I'm expecting much more like 20. But I love the little anchor details, I like the ruffle collar, and I'm interested to see how much interest this gets because I do come across a good bit of Crown and Ivy. A lot of it I wouldn't pick up for like the $4 or $5 that my thrift store sells the stuff for. But if it's a really substantial piece like this that has a lot going for it, I will pay like $4 or $5. Okay, and then I went over to the skirt section and I kind of hit the jackpot. I got 3 skirts I'm really excited about. So these are all vintage and they are all denim midi skirts, which I do very, very well with. And they're all really good sizes too. They probably were donated by the same person. So this is vintage Faded Glory. It says it's a size 16, and I do feel like that's probably pretty accurate, maybe like a size 14, but this one is great because it is just a plain blue denim midi skirt, and these just tend to fly out of my closet. So these are always an automatic pickup for me. Then very similarly, maybe it'll do better, maybe it'll do worse, but I think this is perfect for the fall season. We've got another standard blue denim midi skirt from White Stag. This is also a size 16. So pretty much the same thing, but there is some embroidery on the front that is very fall looking. So this, I think, with like a brown turtleneck or like red or something, I think there's some red in there. I think that would just be so cute for fall. And then to round off the denim midi length skirts, we've got another one from Faded Glory, also a size 16. But this one is a very solid red. So if you like red, this is the skirt for you. Of course, again, good for this fall season. This is one of my favorite items that I did find. This dress, I think, is so, so pretty. I love the cut of it. I love the flowers, of course, but I like that they are very fall looking. This is from Easel, which is a boutique brand that I do very well with, and this is a size small. So love everything about this. I think this is going to be fantastic for like September, or just for anyone like me down here in the South who will be experiencing warm weather long into November. Next, I'll share what is potentially the best thing that I found, and that is a Taylor Swift sweatshirt. It is super, super comfortable. I love that baby blue. And this is from my personal favorite album of hers, the 1989 album. It is very, very soft, and the sweatshirt is kind of funny. It almost feels like a little bit foamy on the outside. That's like the only way I can describe it. But yeah, the inside feels great. It doesn't feel like it really was ever worn or anything. So I don't really know where this came from originally, but Taylor Swift stuff always does so, so well. I did do a Google Lens search, and this came up as selling for $250, and I don't know if this sweatshirt is that exact sweatshirt, but it looks exactly the same. So I don't know what I'm gonna list it for, but the Taylor Swift girlies go crazy, and they are willing to spend a good bit of money for anything that has her stuff on it. Okay, back to very fall looking things. We have this adorable vintage dress. It has all these tiers and beautiful fall colors. I don't know if you can tell, but it is quite sheer. So when I list this, I'm definitely gonna say you're gonna need to wear a slip or something like that underneath it. But this is originally from Items, California. It says it's a size 12. I'm probably just gonna list it as a medium. At least eyeballing it, that's kind of what it looks like to me. But this does look really old. But other than probably missing the original slip it came with, this dress is in really, really good shape. And it has that very bohemian look where it could be on the racks right now in Free People or another store like that. Kind of random, but we do have this really pretty patterned, I think, Ted Baker shirt. I think it's blue, and then it has like purple flowers all over it. And I don't know Ted Baker's size system, but this does say a size 5, so I'll just have to look into that. But I'm glad I got this because even though Ted Baker doesn't do super well for me, I really just love to pick up high quality pieces, and I think that a lot of people will like this pattern. Just a few items left. This is a really nice and comfortable sweater from J. Jill. I love the cut of this, and I I like that it is a little bit longer, so you could wear it, depending on how tall you are, I guess, and curvy, you could definitely wear this with like some thicker leggings. I don't think this is anything crazy, just like a cotton blend. Next up, we've got this vintage white stag sweater. It's a very coastal, very timeless look, so I think this is gonna do great, especially on Depop. And then last but not least, we have this very, very fall looking vintage sweater. I think someone is going to absolutely love this, and the buttons are all there, thankfully. I just didn't take the time right now to button it up. Kind of like that jacket that I think was the first thing I showed you guys. This with just like some jeans in the fall, I think is such a cute look. This is originally from Blair Boutique out of Warren, Pennsylvania, and it is a size medium. But alright everybody, that was everything that I picked up the last few times that I did go to the thrift store. Unintentionally, it was pretty much entirely vintage, but as I said, I'm doing well with vintage, so do let me know, are you selling vintage okay, or do you just not really pick it up very much? I think you just kind of have to work with what you're finding in your thrift stores, and although I would love to be finding really, really nice high-end brands, I am just really finding a lot of vintage. But if you like this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help my channel out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!